Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to the Scan Tool Network. In this video we're going to be taking a closer look at the iCarsoft FR version 3.0 and we'll be taking a look at the screens, the vehicle coverage, the manufacturer coverage and basically what you can expect, and is this tool going to be any good for your specific vehicle and your specific needs within that vehicle. Okay. Before we start, if you are interested in this tool, make sure you use the links in the description below. It'll take you to this website. There are fakes, there are clones, they can damage your vehicle. It's just not worth going down that route, so make sure you pick up the genuine tool from Diagnostic World. As I say, the link's in the description below this video. Okay, so we're in a Renault Clio. It's a 2007, I think, Renault Clio, and it has a few warning lights on. You can see it's got the graph warning light, an airbag light, and this spanner wrench here as well. So we're using this FR version 3.0 tool. First of all, what I'll do is I'll show you the manufacturers that it covers. We've got this tool plugged into the diagnostic port, so one end of the cable goes into the top of the tool, the other end of this cable goes into the diagnostic port within the vehicle. So this tool covers French and Italian, so it's Abarth, Citroen, Dacia, DS, Ferrari, Fiat, Lancia, Maserati, Peugeot, Renault, Samsung and Alfa Romeo as well. But we're in a Renault right now, so obviously we'll just click Renault. Okay, if we click enter to that, gives us the latest software version. And then there are two ways you can find your specific vehicle. You can either ask the tool to identify it for you by clicking on VIN Identify, or you can just click on Vehicle Select. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and it's giving us 97 options. So what I'm going to do real quick is just scroll through all of these, and you can pause the video at any point if you wanted to just double check that your vehicle is on here when it comes to Renault vehicles. At the end of the video, if I can remember, I'll run through the other manufacturers lists as well, just to give you an idea of the vehicles that it does cover. So just scrolling through super quick. Whoops, got out of focus there. What's happened there? There we go, we're back in. And there we go. Right, so we'll need to find our vehicle, which is a Clio 3. Ignition is on, the engine's running in fact. Clio 3, and then you'll be presented with this screen here, so it gives you like the ability to do a quick test and an auto scan, and what that does is it just automatically scans the vehicle for the systems that it can communicate with, and then you can go in and diagnose those particular systems, or you can just click on control unit, which allows you to individually select which system you want to diagnose. So in this case, we've got like the graph warning light, which is generally like an emission, I think it's like an emissions or engine electrical fault. So what I'm going to do is click on engine control module, click on read fault code, and then it's giving us two faults here, DF089, that's one of two there, inlet manifold pressure sensor circuit, and then DF, it's the same code in fact, abnormal voltage. So we'd found that there was a problem with this the map sensor, and what we've done is we've put a new map sensor in, but obviously we're still getting the warning light. So what we can do is just click on clear fault memory. Now it's telling us that the engine needs to be off but the ignition needs to be on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the engine off but put the ignition on, and then I'm going to click OK. Erase operation done, and you can see we no longer have that warning light, which is good. We can go back in and read the fault code, make sure there were no faults there. There we go, we've got a clean bill of health for the engine system. So that then leaves us with the airbag light, which is on there. Now we haven't done anything about this airbag light. The fault hasn't been properly investigated yet, but if we click into the airbag system and click read code, it's giving us one of three. So there's a DF60, a DF241 and DF068. Now, good thing is, if you're not entirely sure what these fault codes and descriptions mean, don't worry about it, because nobody's born with the ability to understand or decipher these codes. So if you do get these fault codes, then I would recommend you just simply pop this information into a Google search engine, and if you're getting these faults, you can guarantee that somebody else is getting these faults as well. So it's quite obvious that there is a problem with probably the connections between underneath the passenger's seat. Front passenger side airbag circuit open, passengers lap strap seat airbag circuit open, and that one is probably just as a result of these two. So yeah, we'll have a closer look at that, but it gives us a good opportunity to show you what will happen if you try and clear a fault code when the fault hasn't actually been fixed. So we can go into clear fault memory, and we click F1 to OK this, erasing the fault code. So it says erase operation done, and what that basically means is that this tool has done all it can. It said, right, okay, we're going to now swoop and do a quick erase of the faults. So this has done what it can, however the airbag light is still on, and that is because the ECU of the vehicle is saying, well, hold on a second, you're telling me you want to erase the fault code, but I'm not satisfied that the fault has been fixed, so I'm going to keep the airbag light on. Alright, so that's what's happening here, and you can go back in and click on the read fault codes. This time it's just giving us one fault, so the other fault codes must have been like older or historic faults. But we've still got the main fault on the passenger's airbag circuit open. Okay, so that is just a brief sort of overview of reading fault codes, and you know, it'll do whatever system, whatever vehicle that you're in, it'll do all systems that are in that vehicle. This is an older vehicle, so it's only saying 16 there, but you know, if you were in like a 2015-16 model, then there'll be a lot more systems in this list here for you to actually go ahead and diagnose. Okay, so that brings us on to another part of the tool whereby we can look at the service options. Okay, so we click into service, and these are classed as service functions or special functions, and these will do things like oil service resets, electronic parking brakes, open and close the calipers, battery registration, electronic throttle calibration, steering angle sensor calibration, DPF regeneration, ABS brake bleeding, injector coding, TPMS. I've got a few more: suspension calibration, air conditioning, headlamp adjustment, engine transmission adaptation, airbag reset, and odometer. Don't really take too much notice of that one. Okay, it doesn't do any mileage correction or anything like that, even though the option is there. It really shouldn't be. So that is ultimately a list of the special functions that this tool could potentially do depending on what vehicle it was in. If you wanted to get a better idea of what special functions it would do to your specific vehicle, then what you could do is click on to Renault. This isn't by any means like a 100% comprehensive situation, because I'll show you what I mean. So if we click VIN identify this time we're just going to ask the tool to find the vehicle. So it's going to find the vehicle. We pressed the wrong option. We go read, there we go, and then F1. So it's found the vehicle. There we go, we just click F1 to OK that, and then we go to the service option from this section. So what it'll actually do is try and find which of these special service functions it will do on this particular vehicle, and it looks like it'll do quite a bit. So it'll do oil service reset, electronic parking brake, steering angle sensor, ABS brake bleeding, injector coding, headlamp adjustment, engine control module, and odometer. Like I said, don't worry about that last one though, just ignore that. So yeah, those are generally what it should be able to do for you. Like I say, it all really depends on the specific vehicle setup and a few other variables, so don't take that as gospel, but in a nutshell, that is probably what it will generally do. Okay, so what else was I going to show you? I was going to show you the other, if I could, like the vehicles from the other manufacturers. So if we click on Abarth, sometimes you need to be connected to a vehicle for it to show you which vehicles it'll cover. So I'm not guaranteeing that I'll be able to do that on each vehicle. If we go vehicle select, oh here we go, there we go. So under Abarth, those are the vehicles. And we go to the next one, if we go to Citroen. If we can get in here, it should give us quite a long list. Citroen vehicles, so vehicle select. No, it's got 26, so there we go. There we go. Exit out of that. Dacia. So it's giving us potentially 16. Which is good. DS. As I'm scrolling through, yeah, if this is obviously of no use to you, then by all means just turn off the video now. And what I would say is that the link to this kit is in the description below this video. Like I say, there are fakes, there are clones on the market, so it really is worth using the links if you want to make sure you're getting a genuine tool. But I'll just continue for the people that have other vehicles. I'll just continue to show what vehicles are covered and what other manufacturers are covered as well. Okay. Oh, actually, we've already done Renault, so I'm not going to go into that. And then we go Renault Samsung. We're finally getting to the end here. Finally, it's Alfa Romeo. There we go. Okay, so like I say, if you are interested in this tool, just make sure you use the links in the description below this video. There are fakes, there are clones, they can unfortunately damage your vehicle. It's not worth going down that route. But in any case, thanks for watching, and I hope this helps.